Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are two billionaires with big money, successful enterprises, and lofty goals. While Bezos is the king of e-commerce and Musk is tech titan, the two have crossed paths more times than we are sure they would like, lighting a couple spike with a jet fuel that got things extremely hot. Despite the fact that Bezos and Musk rose through two very different businesses, their interests finally collided, resulting in the so-called new era space race. Because Jeff Bezos is the CEO and founder of the Blue Origin, an innovative aerospace company dedicated to making space travel more affordable. Elon Musk, on the other hand, is the CEO and creator of SpaceX, an innovative aerospace company that's likewise working to make space exploration more affordable. We're sure you can see why this is causing some consternation, but Musk is in the red corner, hasn't always been the base in the blue. In fact, in 2004, they had dinner together to discuss their groundbreaking space projects. When both firms were in their infancy, they didn't have anything to compare themselves to. Bezos founded Blue Origin in 2000, while Musk founded SpaceX in 2002. However, neither would launch anything that resembled a rocket until many years later. For nearly a decade, both firms pushed their weight around in the same industry. The clash only gained traction in 2013. When NASA chose to sell its historic launch site complex 39A. The 39A pad has served as the launch pad for numerous space flights dating back to 1960s, including the infamous Apollo 11 mission in 1969. After NASA retired the shuttle fleet in 2011, they determined it was time to turn facilities management over to a commercial operator, which would save taxpayers roughly $100,000 per month in maintenance expenditures alone. So, when the tried and true launch facility, complete with NASA-built infrastructure, became available in 2013, it was no-brainer. Both guys clearly wanted to make the most out of chance, so they proposed utilizing the facility to launch SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket and eventually the Falcon Heavy rocket, which was still being developed. SpaceX was already using the Falcon 9 to launch satellite missions and cargo to the International Space Station from a neighboring launch site. Future launches sending NASA humans to the station were also hinted to in the concept. While Musk wanted to use the launch site primarily for SpaceX projects, Blue Origin followed a different route. Blue Origin suggested running 39A a multi-user facility, saying they would make the decision available to the other rocket firm to use while they worked on getting it operational on a later date. Bezos basically wants to rent, and Musk was all set to tip the scale in his favor. Musk, who was feeling a little behind, squeezed basil in a lemon. So in a vehement retaliation, he teamed up with the United Launch Alliance to find a formal objection with a government that would reject Musk's application. They argued that Musk's ambitions to use the launch paid only for SpaceX were unjustifiable. Sharing is, after all, caring. Musk dismissed the claim as a nonsense and a ruse, saying that SpaceX was willing to share the site with NASA and other private enterprises if necessary. After few back and forth, NASA proceeded forward negotiations, eventually reaching an agreement with Musk in 2014, effectively removing Bezos from the equation. So it was 1-0 in Musk's favor. But that was just the start, and two were firing rounds again less than a year later. Bezos had already filed patent for technologies to develop reusable rockets that land on a seagoing platform, the kind that can take off and land several times, making space travel more inexpensive. Despite being the market leader and already testing a number of small takeoff and landing rockets, SpaceX will be obliged to pay Bezos and Blue Origin settlement litigation or licensing fees if or when they succeed in making one fully operational. Musk, a major participant, didn't like the thought of paying money to a competition, so he vigorously contested the patent, claiming that the idea of launching a rocket and landing it vertically is an old one. Musk even produced old sci-fi footage of space rockets landing on boats to demonstrate that the Blue Origin patents were a demonstration of old ideas and repeated technologies. Musk continued to fight his corner, and on September 1, 2015, he was victorious when all 15 points of his patent were finally cancelled. The feud between Musk and Bezos had been primarily secret up until this point, but by the end of 2015, things had started to go public, back and forth on Twitter. Blue Origin successfully launched and landed its new Shepherd rocket on November 23 in 2015, making them the first firm to successfully fly a suborbital booster to space and safely return it to the planet Earth. The boarding areas OS took to Twitter to say that the rarest of monster is a used rocket control landing, which he demonstrated with a brief video clip. Musk replied with congratulatory tweet, but he couldn't simply stop there. He wanted to argue that it's critical to understand the difference between the space and orbit, emphasizing that getting to space needs 3 times the speed of light, which Blue Origin was able to do, and Mach 30 to reach orbit, which Musk claimed he was on schedule to accomplish. He also indicated that launching a cargo and returning booster to Earth would require 100 times more energy. Musk, in a nutshell, was telling the truth. You did a fantastic job, friend. Your little Blue Origin, on the other hand, isn't even close to my SpaceX. Musk accomplished exactly what he indicated he would do a month later, by launching a cargo into orbit and successfully returning the boosters to Earth. The tension between the two grew, and public picketing became more common a few years later, and the beef is still growing strong. At a private lecture in New York, he slams Musk's plan to populate Mars with a scorching hot ball of criticism. He said, "Do me a favor, my pals, who want to relocate to Mars? Try living for a year on the summit of the Mount Everest to see if you like it, because it's a garden paradise compared to Mars." He went on to argue that Musk should concentrate on traveling to the moon, because launching from there would be the quickest route to reach Mars. Skipping over to the moon is alluring, but it's incorrect. Blue Origin also unveiled the first lunar lander, dubbed the Blue Moon, which is very convenient. In the same year, I decided to poke a little fun at myself. Musk tweeted a photo of Bezos with the name Blue Moon changed to Blue Balls, later claiming that putting the term blue on anything huge and ball-shaped is a bad branding decision. It's a cheap laugh, but it has the potential to damage the sign. A month before the Blue Balls, Bezos tweeted about Amazon's plans to launch over 3,000 satellites to bring internet to the unserved, underprivileged places, sparkling another round of tweets. Starlink, which Musk revealed in 2018, was essentially the same thing. As a result, it suits a publicly referred a copycat implying emojis. Of course, the Bay is spectacular. The Musk saga will continue well in 2020, with no indication of easing down. Elon Musk, who is presently the world's richest man, tweeted on June 4 that it's time to break up Amazon and that monopolies are wrong, taking Bezos. Musk's post was in reaction to a writer who claimed that his book, which revealed the truth about COVID-19 and lockdown, had been deleted from Amazon due to a violation of undefined criteria. After Musk addressed his 30 million Twitter followers, according to an Amazon spokesman, the book was removed in error and re-added to Amazon shop. Despite not receiving any response from Bezos, Musk redeployed the Pussycat for a second swipe just a few weeks later. The post occurred after Amazon paid $1.2 billion for Zoox, a self-driving car firm, in June 2020. For years, Musk and his Tesla team have been working relentlessly to create autonomous driving technologies, establishing their position as industry leaders. Sure, they have some competitors, but for the time being, they are miles ahead of the pack. Zoox is already regarded as a forward-thinking startup in the field of self-driving cars. The massive infusion of cash that Amazon undoubtedly poured into the project could signal a new ping on Tesla's radar. So a copycat tweet was the logical choice this time, followed by a haha. The Musk feud has lasted decades, sometimes severe, sometimes frivolous, but things are definitely going to escalate. Both guys are extremely powerful and they have the financial means to back it up. Now that the two companies share not only the space exploration industry, but also internet and self-driving vehicle industries, they may find themselves battling more regularly. This, believe it or not, has the potential to be fantastic news for all of us, not only in terms of entertainment. This level of competition necessitates progress and a sense of urgency. Bezos is pushing Musk, Musk is pushing the foundation. These new coming technologies will most likely arrive sooner, be better, and possibly be less expensive. Let's just hope neither of them goes bankrupt in the process. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit the subscribe button before you go.